The schizophrenia spectrum encompasses a wide array of psychotic experiences. Aside from schizophrenia, you may have heard of schizoaffective disorder, which is a mental illness comprised of two separate disorders, a psychotic disorder, being schizophrenia, and a mood disorder, being either bipolar disorder or major depressive disorder. A lot of people tend to think of the bipolar type when they think of schizoaffective disorder because mania and depression are the mood episodes you could have within a psychotic episode. But today I want to talk with you about psychotic depression, which is a very, very severe form of depression with psychotic features. So what's the difference between having a bit of depression with psychosis versus actual psychotic depression? Well, psychotic depression's dominant feature is depression. So this is first and foremost what's presenting at the top of the experience. The psychosis that comes along with the depression is a secondary feature. What's important to note with psychotic depression is how the mood episode plays out within psychosis. So the depression can be identified through either mood-congruent or mood-incongruent symptoms. Mood-congruent symptoms are symptoms of depression that align with their psychotic features. So essentially, these would be pre-existing depressive feelings that come out in the form of hallucinations, delusions, and paranoia. So for the depressive mood to display as mood-congruent, the depressive symptoms would be dark, they would be gloomy, they would be scary, they would basically be a reflection of how the person already feels. So if a person's having feelings of low self-worth, they may have delusions that they are a bad guy, that they are a criminal, and that they've committed crimes that they actually haven't. They might feel that they are being preyed upon. They may have persecutory delusions that someone is after them. And these delusions are very negative. They feel negative to experience. They are depressing in and of themselves. They are a reflection of this person's mind. Now, mood incongruent symptoms are symptoms that do not typically align with the symptoms of depression. So with depression, people tend to have lethargy, they tend to have suicidal ideations, they tend to have feelings of low self-worth, as I said, and with mood incongruence, that might be completely flipped. This would look more like grandiose delusions, like having an inflated sense of self, being all important, all powerful, having special abilities, having some connection with famous people, people of power, things that you would not typically expect a person with depression to feel. Psychotic depression is identifiable through these features, and these are used to diagnose a psychotic depressive episode, or say major depressive disorder with psychotic features, schizoaffective disorder, major depressive type. You know, when you're looking for these symptoms, you're looking for how the moods play out with psychosis attached. So the moods are amplified with the psychosis, right? And we've talked about the delusions that tend to reflect a person's mind, but hallucinations are not as common, actually. Delusions are more common with psychotic depression. Hallucinations tend to be a bit more sparse. The delusions tend to have some basis in reality and are amplified by whatever stressor may be happening in a person's life. Say if a person was struggling with financial instability, that delusion might look like being homeless despite actually having a home. Psychotic depression can be triggered by stressors like grief, financial problems, as I mentioned, health problems, relationship problems, even past traumatic experiences. Basically, whatever stressor could become so intense that it might slip into depression and further into psychosis. There are some possible genetic and hereditary factors for psychotic depression. Typically, if a person has a family history of depression, they are actually more likely to develop psychotic depression than a person with a family history of schizophrenia. As of right now, psychotic depression is related to schizoaffective disorder and major depressive disorder with psychotic features, although there is speculation that it is a severe form of depression on its own and might not necessarily always be associated with those disorders. So that's a bit about psychotic depression, and thank you so much for watching through to the end of this video. I always appreciate your support. I post videos every Monday and Thursday, so stick around if you'd like to see more of my content. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to further support me. I will see you in the future. Bye.